how do you take it? The question will ask your analysis, your thought. So I want you to, understand the concept, understand in deep. Like, for example, foreign investment ko concept ko kura gardakheri, you have to understand how the foreign investment works in Nepal and how do you take it, how do you understand that foreign investment in Nepal, the process of foreign investment, how do you know it, how do you understand it, how do you take it, is it good, is it wrong, is it bad, is it okay, it's one of the best, so that way you have to understand. You don't need to understand that यो दफामा यो सेक्सनमा के भनेको छ र सेक्सनले के भनेको, you don't need to understand that. So you just need to understand overall concept of foreign investment. Yes, of course you need to understand the ways and process of bringing foreign investment or types of foreign investment in Nepal. त्यस्तो कुरा बुझ्नु जरुरी छ किनभने it will help you to understand and write the exam in answers in exams. Okay, so study from that side, study from that perspective. अर्को एक्जाम्पल जस्तै हाम्रो के छ, अर्को intellectual property अस्ति भर्खर कुरा गर्दाखेरि, do you think that intellectual property is enough to protect Nepalese businesses or Nepalese overall, so what do you think? Like यो कुरा एन्सर गर्दाखेरि you really have to understand what intellectual property is and you and what does it do? Patent le ke garcha, trademark le ke garcha, copyright le ke garcha, design le ke garcha. So you need to understand the concept of all of these four intellectual properties. Then only you'll be able to write. So such tesari padnu, rather than studying what is in the section. I think and whenever if the case law comes, kunai pani case law ayo bhane dealing gardakheri please read the case law properly. You're supposed to read it very carefully. Just don't scan it and don't come to the conclusion just by scanning the question, because if you don't read and understand the question properly, then you'll have your different answers. If you understand the question differently, the answer will be a different answer. It will not be related to the question. Suppose for example, if I ask you contract bata chai maile chai offer and acceptance ko questions for the answer, but you end up writing about consideration, so that will be a wrong answer. Okay, because the question is asked from offer and acceptance perspective. The case law is from offer and acceptance perspective, so you have to understand that the question is asked from that category, not from consideration. Okay, and vice versa. If I ask from consideration, you should be able to answer it from consideration perspective, not from offer and acceptance perspective. So that you will know by only looking at the question, reading the question very carefully. Otherwise, case law ma chai झुकिने चाहिँ एडै हुन्छ, law ma basically mostly in the law एउटाबाट सोधे जस्तो लाग्छ तर it wants a different answer which needs so understanding or reading the question is very important in case law. अरु कुरा त थाहा पाइहालिन्छ हैन. So case law को बारेमा चाहिँ दुई तीन चोटी क्वेशन पढ्नु एकदमै जरुरी छ. हाम्रो 13th मा छ हैन एक्जाम, January 13th मा.
हजुर सर.
So that is our last exam, right? Okay. So what do you think, after this exam we'll have physical classes? Oh,
after exam also अर्को semester start हुन्छ.
त्यही we will have physical classes त्यसपछि कि virtual
सर के information आएको छैन.
Okay
about the classes.
Maybe this is a tryout
सर हुन्छ होला सर, भर्चुअल हुँदैन होला सर, अब चाहिँ सर फिजिकली हुन्छ होला किनभने अब स्कुलहरु पनि लगभग सबै लागिसकेको देख्छु सर.
हो है, लागिसक्यो है.
पुरा भर्चुअल होला भन्ने जस्तो लाग्छ सर मलाई.
Sir, I think for evening class, I think we are very few, so it's okay to have virtual class पनि. We can have अलिकति distance maintain गरेर हामी बस्न पनि सक्छौं. English evening को क्लासमा चाहिँ, किनभने हामी कति जना छौं यो क्लासमा हैन, 7 जना 8 जना 7 जना मेबी 7 8 जना
Yes,
Okay,
7-8 people.
so yeah. So for 7-8 people, we can maintain the distance. I think CGIM ma ठुलै क्लासहरु छ नि माथि पनि छ तल पनि छ हैन so yeah okay question के छ अरु is there any other question that you would like to ask के छ अरु सोध्ने गणित प्रतिमा
छैन सर मास्टरहरुको छ के सर सोध्न मिल्छ कि सर
सर यो केसहरुको
प्रति
लागि चाहिँ सबै च्याप्टर्सहरुलाई इक्वली नै प्रायोरिटी दिएर पढ्ने हो केसको लागि
कस्तो सबै च्याप्टरहरु भन्नाले
जस्तै कुन चाहिँ च्याप्टरबाट चाहिँ केसमा हुने खालको 30 मार्क्सको क्वेशन बन्न सक्छ कुन चाहिँ नै प्रायोरिटीमा राख्नु
now see to make you things more clear केसेसहरु बढी कन्ट्र्याक्टबाट आउँछ एउटा okay let me tell you this so cases most of the cases कुन च्याप्टरबाट केसेसहरु आउन सक्छ भन्दाखेरि एउटा कन्ट्र्याक्टबाट एउटा कर्पोरेट लबाट ओके अनि अर्को हाम्रो के छ अर्को corporate governance बाट okay so these are the major important chapters where case law comes from okay the question may come from these chapters okay or intellectual property but I don't think so that case law around आउन सक्छ but I don't think so है अनि अर्को के छ हामीसँग त्यो भन्दा अगाडि के छ intellectual property भन्दा अगाडि foreign investment पनि छ foreign investment बाट चाहिँ well त्यति जति and I would not say यसबाट आउँदै आउँदैन भनेर भन्न चाहिँ मिल्दैन मैले आउन पनि सक्छ but in comparison with the chapters that I just said is very less chance but you never know so I would more concerned with the 3 chapters that I just said and contract corporate company corporate governance okay these are the basic important chapters where case may come but it is not that if you compare with the other chapters but it is less chances
so
but I don't hazur
merger and acquisition bata
yeah mergers and acquisition so the chances with M&A mergers and acquisition intellectual property IP and foreign investment so they have very less chances in comparison with the 3 chapters that I just said
okay sir
so
I missed merger and acquisition को class so
मैले slides पठाइदिएको थिए के अरे हैन I sent you the slides
hरु छ सर
yeah study those slides and understand those slides I think that should be enough but what I also want you to do is that do a little research on your own putting that slides in your background making that slides as a basis do a more research on that and I think you'll be good if you do that कति gap छ law को लागि exam को लागि
one day मात्र छ सर
just a day okay
सर एउटा कुरा सोध्नु खोज्छु के हामीलाई जुन अब सरले तपाईले हामीलाई ट्युसन इभिनिङमा पढाउनु भएको छ अब मर्निङमा अर्कै सरले पढाउनु भएको छ क्वेशन चाहिँ एउटै निक्लिन्छ कि सर डिफरेन्ट आउँछ बेलुकाको लागि छुट्टै र बिहानको लागि छुट्टै
जस्तो I don't know Ganit the answer to the question है अब हेरौं थाहा छैन अब स्कुलले के गर्छ कलेजले के गर्छ that depends to the college I don't know
क्वेशन त तपाईले झिक्ने हो कि सरले गतिकै खबर त होला नि सरले मतलब तपाईसँग क्वेशन त मागेको त होला नि सर प्रिन्ट गर्नु पर्ने त उति गर्नु पर्ने होला
that's between the college and I हैन अब त्यो कलेज र मेरो बिचको कुरा हो र कतिपय कुराहरु I'm not able to say to you है मैले भन्न पनि मिल्दैन I cannot do that so it depends upon the college अब मैले चाहिँ अब यो पढ यो गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने भन्न मिल्छ सो अरु चाहिँ I'm not able to say sorry
and the question चाहिँ फरक हुन्छ कि मतलब बिहानको र दिउँसोको मतलब त्यो चाहिँ
that's also I don't know actually to be frank I don't know
I think to ask Tulsi sir यो कुरा चाहिँ
yeah probably Tulsi sir will be the best person to answer this question I'm not sure on this
but I think we'll be having one question
one set of question hai na okay maybe could be
हुन्छ हैन तर म सिलेबस नै भेटेर छैन कि मलाई एक्ज्याक्टली प्लिज कोही पठाउ त मलाई
Pratima does not have law syllabus.
सर बट राइट नाउ आई डिडन्ट गेट इट दैट्स व्हाई
Okay. So yeah, somebody Archana-sang hola, Ganit-sang hola. So you can pass that on.
क्लासरुममै छ प्रतिमा ल सिलेबस
त्यो 6 प्रिन्सिपल समथिङ के थियो नि बीडीआई समथिङ के थियो
Okay, okay, questions, huh, guys? If not, then I think let's stop it. And I would like to say good luck with the exams. I will be seeing you in the college once the college starts. So don't get nervous, you know. Just write. अब सबैको यस्तो छ one लमा चाहिँ कसैले पनि हेल्प गर्छ भन्दाखेरि your job experience also helps you to write law answers, you know. त्यसले पनि हेल्प गर्छ because law को कुराहरु कस्तो हुन्छ भने so many things it is also known from experience, you know. Like for example, I'll give an example. Contract का कुराहरु भए, company का कुराहरु भए, हैन, foreign investment का merger का कुराहरु भए, कतिपय कुराहरु you get to know in your workplace, you know. Even if you do not practice, if you do not learn like the way you are learning right now, but due to hearing someone, discussing with someone, you know, office में यस्तो कुराको transaction भएको अवस्थामा पनि कतिपय कुराहरु law को बारेमा चाहिँ हामीलाई indirectly we are gaining the knowledge, you know, and that knowledge helps you to discuss further in your exam paper, you know, write further in your exam paper. So law मा चाहिँ के गर्नुपर्छ भन्दाखेरि try to get knowledge as much as you can, try to get the knowledge, like try to understand the scope and the, you know, the law about, let's say, for a foreign investment ko baare ma chahi, what foreign investment, how foreign investments works in Nepal, you know, what are the ways of foreign investment, and repatriation, can the money be taken back, can 100% foreign investment allowed, okay, what are the subsidies or, you know, advantage or, you know, or, you know, foreign investment, like kiki suvidhaharu, facilities is given to the foreign investor. Those are the things that you need to, if you know in a holistic manner, your answer will be fruitful and ramro bhara aउँछ त्यसपछि. So try to study from that perspective. Don't try to yo mug up गर्ने होइन के, घोक्ने होइन के. So if you understand from, you know, larger perspective, broader aspect, then you'll be able to write a good answer. मेरो विचारमा है. अब I don't know अरु सब्जेक्टहरु कस्तो छ थाहा छैन मलाई, तर ल को पर्सपेक्टिभमा कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यसरी लेख्दा चाहिँ हुन्छ. अनि केस ल को भनिहाले मैले. हजुर,
OECD प्रिन्सिपल भन्दिनु न.
See, OECD principles भनेको चाहिँ it is the principle created by OECD. OECD भनेको Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Okay. Now that OECD भने चाहिँ एउटा इकोनोमिक डेभलपमेन्ट कोअपरेसन हो. त्यो रिजनको लागि हैन, वर्ल्डवुड रिजनको लागि चाहिँ एउटा इकोनोमिक डेभलपमेन्ट गर्ने चाहिँ एउटा अर्गनाइजेसन हो. त्यो अर्गनाइजेसनले चाहिँ company, corporations, industries कसरी रन गर्नुपर्छ भनेर चाहिँ they have created corporate governance principles. Okay, CG principles, not Chaudhary Group, right? So it's a CG, corporate governance principles. So they have laid down 6 principles. OECD ले 6 principles corporate governance. Company कसरी चल्नुपर्छ, के गर्दा company राम्रो हुन्छ, के गर्दा growth हुन्छ, के गर्दा employees are happy, के गर्दा shareholders are happy, के गर्दाखेरि day-to-day operation is smooth हुन्छ. So these are the things that they have laid out, and you need to understand those principles. So basically there are 6 principles. Among these 6 principles, like fairness, effectiveness, you know, transparency, conscious oriented, accountability, these are the principles that has been laid down by corporate governance. Now what you have to understand is that if I ask you a question, I may ask you, for example, what do you think about corporate governance principles laid out by OECD? Do you agree those principles will be fruitful to develop any organization? smoothly. So if I ask you this question, now there is no perfect answer to this question. Now I mean to say what I mean, perfect answer that there is no one way answer to this question. Ganit may have a different perspective of writing this answer, Pratima may have different, and Archana may have a different. Okay, so there is no a plus b is equal to a square plus 2ab plus whole square. Yesto kalko answer huँदैन. सबैको आफ्नो धारणा हुन्छ. So I may give you that kind of a question to write. But for this you have to understand what OECD is and what are the principles of OECD. त्यो चाहिँ बुझ्न जरुरी छ. त्यो बुझ्यो भने चाहिँ आन्सर चाहिँ लेख्न सकिन्छ. Okay, Pratima. So OECD corporate governance principle भनेको चाहिँ there are 6 principles that I give. I think it's in the slide. If you go to the slides, you find those principles. Basically, those principles talks about fairness, effectiveness of the company. Fairness by running this company. Accountability towards the work that you do in the company, or transparency. How transparent are you in the company? Like expenditure ko kuraharu, kharcha ko kuraharu, cash flow ka kuraharu, or deciding something on what basis. You should be transparent on that. Now, being transparent does not mean that you have to disclose everything to the outside world. You have to be transparent to the people who you are responsible towards. Okay, so let's say if I am a CEO of the company, I must be transparent to my board of directors. I must be transparent towards my shareholders. I must be transparent towards my, some of the employees. I may not be transparent. But if that my work needs to be shown to anybody else, I must be able to show that work. Okay, such thing, accountable. So whatever I do, I must be accountable towards it. So how do I become accountable? When I become transparent. Okay, if I'm not transparent, that means if I start hiding things that I've been doing, then that means I'm not accountable. So one thing the other may relate in a corporate governance. Like हामीले अस्ति Van Gorkum को case पढ्दाखेरि Van Gorkum was not transparent. That's why he was not accountable. And similar to not only Van Gorkum, the board of directors were also not transparent, not accountable. Udaile Van Gorkum lai sodai sodaina, how did you reach this value, share value kasari pugyo bhaneर they didn't even ask, and even Van Gorkum didn't bother to say that. So does that company run under corporate governance principles? No, it is not. That's why it didn't succeed in selling its shares. $70 मा बेच्नु पर्ने $55 मा बेच्यो. 15 एउटा शेयरमा $15 घाटा भयो. So had there been research, had there been transparent, had they been accountable, त्यो situation आउँदै आउँदैन. So that's how you talk. Okay, all right. Arko, is there any other thing?
सर जस्तै यो के भन्छ जस्तो एक्टहरु आउँछ कि आउँदैन पढ्नु पर्यो किन जस्तो यो कपिराइट एक्टहरु.
Don't bother in studying acts. Okay, but what I'm suggesting you is to at least know the provisions of the act. And थाहा हुनु जरुरी छ. जस्तै फरेन इन्भेस्टमेन्ट एक्ट को कुरा गर्दाखेरि फरेन इन्भेस्टमेन्ट चाहिँ केमा गर्न पाइन्छ, कसरी लिएर आउन पाइन्छ त्यो बुझ्नु जरुरी छ. ओके, तर घोक्नै पर्ने यो दफामा यति, यो सेक्सनमा यति, यो सब सेक्सनमा यति भन्ने जरुरी छैन. जस्तै फरेन इन्भेस्टमेन्ट पहिला 5 प्रकारले ल्याउन पाउँथ्यो भने अहिले 8-9 प्रकारका छन्. So you need to know what are those 8-9 ways of bringing foreign investment. Jastै equity investment, jastै share purchasing investment, jastै technology transfer investment, jastै loan investment. Okay, jastै secondary market ma investment. So there are various ways of bringing foreign investment in Nepal. And you also need to know that what is the minimum cap of investment in Nepal. Okay, so it's 5 crore rupees. एउटा foreign investment ले 5 crore रुपैयाँ नेपाली रुपैयाँ 5 crore लगानी गर्नै पर्छ, irrespective of any number of foreign investment. एकजना होस् या 5 जना होस्, त 5 जना आउँछ भने 5 जनाले हरेकले 5 crore ल्याउनै पर्छ. ओके, त कम्पनी छ भने कम्पनी मार्फत चाहिँ एउटा कम्पनीले 5 crore लिएर आउनु पर्छ, एउटा व्यक्तिले 5 crore लिएर आउनु पर्छ. सो कम्पनी र व्यक्ति मिलेर दुईजना आछ भने व्यक्तिले 5 करोड कम्पनीले 5 करोड सो जो भए पनि कम्पनी मार्फत आओस् या व्यक्ति मार्फत आओस् त्यसलाई एउटा फरेन इन्भेस्टमेन्टको रूपमा गनिन्छ र त्यो एउटा फरेन इन्भेस्टरले चाहिँ 5 करोड मिनिमम इन नेपाल सो दिस आर द बेसिक अब भित्र जान जरुरी छैन ओके फरेन इन्भेस्टमेन्टको लागि चाहिँ अब जस्तै कागजातहरु के चाहिन्छ के गर्नुपर्छ इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी टु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड दैट well it may be necessary if you understand that it's okay good to know that but you don't need to go into nitty gritty it's small things it's not necessary just understand the concept of foreign investment in Nepal and you will understand only by studying the act चाहिँ अलिअलि पढ्दा राम्रो हुन्छ कतिमा just scanning for it okay
sir
जाँच गाह्रो हुन्छ नि सजिलो कहाँ हुन्छ यार जाँच भनेकै गाह्रो कुरो हो अनि ओके अरु के छ अच्छा गणित पनि आएन रबिन पनि आएन अन्जु पनि आएन राइट ए सरी गणित सरी मनिक पनि आएन मनिक इज नॉट देयर
I think
को आयो कोही पनि आएको छैन अरु हैन
सुरुमा आएको थियो he left I don't know why
yeah Monica is not there Robin is not there and Anju is also not there
Sikriti
is also not there so yeso garu guys good luck with your exams please study and I know you will do good I know that I'm pretty sure that you will do good so yeah all the best so and then I'll see probably virtual physical class shuru bhayo bhane I'll probably see you in one of the evenings okay all right if you do not have any questions so maybe we should yeah
answer sir we have any is it okay to message you sir
yeah just text me out
answer sir
all right guys I'll see you next time
answer thank
bye
you
bye good luck
thank you sir good night sir bye bye
guys
good night
bye
bye bye sabjanalai